What's up, everyone? Happy Monday to you guys. Thank you for being here, and welcome to beginning of the week. Hit the subscribe button down below, and thank you for being here, and thank you for being a part of our lives, man. Well, here we are. Here we live and breathe in the month of February, and I hope you guys are beginning the beginning of your week. I hope you guys are starting it out with a bang, baby, that sort of thing. So, but man, last week I spaced. I completely spaced on something. And it's something that people really gravitate towards because, some people want to know, some people want to know what the future holds for them. They want to see the future. And they want to see what's going to happen. And one way that they do this, one way that they can see the future is through a groundhog, And a groundhog's kind of like a beaver and like if you took a beaver and a squirrel, or if you took a beaver and a squirrel and you put them away in a little hole and they spent the winter days together and then decided to lay down on one cold evening, something like that. And they decided to make love, and what popped out was a groundhog. I'm sure, and I'm not really sure what a damn groundhog does, to be honest with you. I'm sure he eats little bundles of long grass and maybe a cranberry or something like that, But at the beginning of February, people gather around, to see this one particular groundhog, Punxsutawney Phil. And he's kind of like the fortune teller of the animal kingdom, I guess. And because he or it or someone has said that, he has the ability to predict the weather by seeing or not seeing his shadow. And some people say that it's a sign of witchcraft or maybe a sign of sorcery or something like that. But and that's all on you, man. If you think that way, if you believe that. But during the winter months, he'll go out into hibernation with his wife Phyllis. I think it's Phyllis. Could be Rita or Jessica or something like that. But we'll stick with Phyllis, right? So he'll go hibernating with Phyllis, and who knows what they do together, probably share a couple stories and maybe read some books or, maybe cut up a couple newspaper articles, something like that, something to keep them busy. Who knows? They could be playing Scrabble, a couple games of Scrabble down there, until Phyllis slips a couple letters to the side, when Punxsutawney isn't looking, and then she'll throw a couple extra vowels, one or two of those damn things on the board, and that's the way how, that's how she gains a couple extra points. But who knows? Who knows what they do when they're in there, man? But anyways, so every February, people gather around. And it's quite a spectacle. But you'll see people, the reason that they're gathering around is to see if Punxsutawney, sees his shadow. Is it going to be longer winter months? Or is spring coming earlier than what we think, So, up in Pennsylvania, people will dress up all in black and wear, top hats and really look like there are a couple, it really looks like grave diggers have just got together and they're just, that they're just having a, I don't know, that, like they're celebrating the dead or something. But really, it's just waiting for this groundhog to see if he sees his shadow. But it is quite the I used the word spectacle already, but I'm just going to use it again. It is. You got people out there holding up signs, like "Go Brendan," or I'm turning 40 and divorced. Want a date? Something like that. And that's what people do in the crowd. They do all sorts of stuff like that out there. And man, I mean, it's a real show. But the deal is, people are there to see if Punxsutawney is going to see his shadow or not. And if he does, that means winter is going to, there's going to be a longer winter. And if he doesn't, then, we're going to have, spring is going to roll around, just like I said, faster than it should. So, and usually around Groundhog's Day, I don't really pay attention to it much. I just don't. And I know a lot of people do, but this year I wanted to try something different. So I tuned in to, I woke up early. I turned on the TV. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning and all that sort of stuff. And so I wanted to see what was going to happen. And so, they pulled him out and they lifted him high up in the sky. And the next thing you know, when he came out this year, he didn't see his shadow. So according to him, we will have early spring. So that's something that we can all look forward to, But as I'm watching this, man, all I'm thinking is, this is all crazy. Like, this is maddening. I mean, this is madness. That we all have, that we have this one animal that supposedly has this ability, to predict what the weather is going to be, And so this morning when, after I finished watching and everything, I got to thinking, a bunch of stuff crossed my mind. Like, are there any other animals out there that, have the same capability, and, I mean, are there any animals that can tell, if something, if the weather's become, if it's going to go awry, I guess, can they tell if something bad is going to happen in the environments, and sure enough, there is. I looked it up and yeah, there's a couple things that come up. They say that cows become restless and antsy when and they begin to swat flies. They swat those little buzzer beaters around all over the place with their tails, and they end up finding like a place to lay down at, in the pasture, to save a dry spot or something. I don't know. I screwed that up, but they say cows, when the weather is becoming, pretty crazy out there, they become restless. Birds, they say that when birds are flying high, the weather is clear. But if if they're traveling, at a closer, more closer to the ground or whatever, the air pressure supposedly from the storm that's coming in causes them pain. So, when you look up in the sky and you see a bunch of birds out there, that means the weather's going to be pretty fantastic. So, another animal in the kingdom of all animals is a frog. A frog. And that's that's nature's croaker right there, And I had a teacher in middle school, Miss McLeod, that had a neck like a bullfrog. And whenever she spoke, it sounded like a pack of, it sounded like a pack of old gold cigarettes just falling out of her mouth, because she sounded like this. Bah, 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 bah. And she never liked me, but I hope she's doing well wherever she is, if she's still around, I guess. But they say a frog croaks even longer and louder than usual if bad weather is on the horizon right there. So, but I know that's probably a couple of useless facts that you guys probably didn't even want to know, but those are just a couple animals that can let us know whether the weather is becoming a little hectic or bad, I guess. So, but anyways, I just thought I'd throw that out there for everyone, because of Mr. Punxsutawney himself. So, but it looks like we got early spring coming to us. So that's a plus, baby. Early spring and women in sundresses. You know what I'm talking about. But man, what's going on? Since it's Sunday, man, we got the Grammys. The Grammys are coming on this evening. And Trevor Noah, he's going to be hosting it for the 4th time. And no offense to Mr. Noah, but I've never met this cat before or anything. I'm sure he's a great guy, but man, if you got some free time this evening to maybe, go to the grocery store because, you need a gallon of milk, or you need a frozen fish, just one, that's all you need is one. Or maybe, you need to read to your grandmother, or maybe start a fire, with some of your exes, your ex-husband's things, which is probably a pretty small number because when you guys met, he didn't have much, but now he definitely has less. Let's just say that. So, but because that's what happens with divorces, or breakups, or whatever you want to call it, but like I said, if you got some free time, man, you could probably spend your time doing something else, because the Grammys, to be honest, who cares about the Grammys? Who cares about the Grammys? Does anyone out there really care about this? I know it's gonna make me sound, old, but growing up, watching the Grammys was something, it was the thing to do. Everybody was so excited to watch it because, you wanted to know who was gonna win. And the next day, you go to school and you talk about, stuff like, I don't know. Remember when Kanye West, lost his mind, everyone talked about it then. Or Old Dirty Bastard. Remember Old Dirty Bastard hop up on stage and he was like, Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is for the children. The children. We do this for the children. Like that shit. Remember, you'd lose your mind because you're like, good God, what are these people doing out there? Wu-Tang is for the children. But, you talk about, who should have won. And then you talk about, what they dressed up in and all that stuff. It was a big event, with all types of artists, all, that actually cared, that actually cared about the music. Nowadays, it just doesn't have the same feeling to it. It's all the same artists doing the same shit. It all sounds the same. You can't tell me this year, you can't tell me that Taylor Swift isn't gonna, win however many awards she's gonna win. She has the highest grossing concert, ticket sales and concert of all time. The prices of her tickets are, damn, the prices of her tickets are like a car payment. They really are. It's a car payment for some people. I'm sure, and I'm sure this whole, NFL thing, that's, that boosted her up immensely, but, I don't know. How can anyone compete with that? No one can compete with that. With all the clips, the viral videos. And hey, like every time you turn on the radio, she's on every single station. Every single station. And look, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. And look, man, if it sounds like I'm hating on her or the Grammys or anything like that, like, it's because it's all the same shit now. I just find it crazy that that there are artists out there, and I mean like real true artists, that would put Taylor Swift into some corner, because she's not even on the damn skill level or writing, level, at that all these other people that no one even knows who their names are, But the media, man, the media won't let that happen. The media just won't let, they just let, I don't know, they just take advantage of everyone. They just rip the damn, I don't know, they won't, like the pride and joy of I don't know, being an artist, you're supposed to have pride and joy with what you do and not, I don't know. It just seems like the media takes advantage, and I'm not talking about sexually, I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying that the media takes so much advantage away from all these other artists, and I'm not just talking, about, specifically music. I'm not, because like over the well, maybe I am. No, it's music and music and movies, because over the past like 10 or 15 years, it just, it's been crap, dude. It just has, it's like, and today is Taylor Swift. Tomorrow is going to be someone else, man. Someone else that the media could use as some leverage or some sort of, platform. Who knows? And let's just admit something. All the music nowadays just kind of sounds the damn same. And that, and you really have to dig deep into some actual, like, to find some actual, good music, man. And if you're a music fan, you know what I'm talking about. You gotta find, you'll find a gem in the middle of some buried shit or whatever. But and like I said, the same thing goes for movies. Like, that industry in Hollywood doesn't make good film anymore. They just don't. It's all remakes or remakes of remakes. I guess you could call them reboots. But I mean, damn, man, how many Willy Wonka movies do we need? Did we really have to make another Color Purple? I mean, what was wrong with the old one? The old one was better. The first one is usually better. And how about comedy movies? Damn, man, we don't see any comedy movies. And I know comedy is subjective and that sort of thing, but hot damn, why can't we see another slapstick comedy like Scary Movie or I don't know, something like 40-Year-Old Virgin or something like that. All we get is just a bunch of, now it's all Nepo babies out there on the screen doing, and doing the same. And it's the same thing with the fucking music too, man. You know? I mean, did these people really have to work for these opportunities? You know? I mean, because, I mean, I don't think, it just doesn't seem like, it just seems like they were given, like it was given to them. You know? You know? And to be honest, man, to me, that's just gross, dude. It just is. It just is. It just seems like, you know, and I guess maybe I got off topic, maybe because, I was talking about the Grammys. I am talking about the Grammys, but just both of these industries are just so, it's just so exhausting because it's just, they all seem so damn fake now, I mean, we have ghostwriters for music and behind the scenes writers for shows. And look, man, we all know that there's a dark side. There's a dark side to both of these industries. So why can't we just, why can't we have a different award show for underground music? I mean, why can't we? I mean, that music is way, 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 way better, so much better than just the commercial stuff that's out right now, or that has been out. Let's just say that, just because the underground artists don't have, they don't look a certain way, or they just don't want to kiss the executives' asses, that they don't get a fair shot, and that's a problem, man. And I hate to get all serious on you, but it's just, it's a huge problem. Any musician or actor, anyone that doesn't want to play by the rules of that industry, gets the door just shut right in their face, man. And I hate it for them because, those people got more talent in one finger than most of these artists that are out there on radio and everything. So, but anyways, man, I'm sorry I got off on that. It just fucking irks me sometimes, So, yeah, if you got something else better to do other than watch that, then fucking I'd say go do that. Go do that. I mean, go build something. Go wash your car. Go, I don't know, make your own music. Do something. But the Grammys are on tonight, so for all you guys that do enjoy that sort of thing, by all means, go for it. So, I had a buddy call me up this morning, man, and he just got that Apple Vision, that Pro VR. And look, I'm not going to give a review about it or anything like that because I don't have the, I don't have it in front of me or whatever. But, and because I'm not the brightest, I'm not the brightest individual to tell you about that sort of thing. I'm just kind of dumb on that stuff. So, and to be honest with you, I'm not really keen on it. I'm just not. And I feel like I'm just hating this entire episode, and it's not that. I'm just not. It's not my thing, man. And I guess the reason being is because it just feels strange that I don't know. It's just strange for. I don't know, it just feels strange. And the amount of time people are spending on these things is just ridiculous. We're already spending tons and tons of hours, staring at our phones. And now, for you to have to put some type of, fucking snow goggles on or whatever, or walk around like you're lost in the woods, it doesn't really make me want to jump on the train, I guess, man. And for some people, if that's your thing, then that's your thing. That's all up to you. I just, it's just not my thing. It just seems like like how just like the Grammys, man. It just seems like the media and the advertisement companies are just cramming this form of technology just down our throats, and instead of us saying, well, that's what it is, and then we just go on with our lives, I don't know, man. It just, I don't know. We just get more and more of stuff getting thrown at us all the time. I mean, how much more marketing and plugging do we really need on these certain things? I mean, look, man, you get online, right? Let's just say this. You get online and you look up, I don't know, you look up something like dog food, right? And and the next thing you know, you get online, you make your purchase, and the next thing, a couple days later, they're trying to sell you a dog bed, or slippers for your dog. I mean, hell, at one point in time, they just post a whole ad about buying a whole new dog because the one that you got is out of date. Like, how much more do we have to do this? Like, it's asinine to me. Wasn't it great when you didn't have all this thrown into your livelihood and at you in every direction, when it was just more chill and more calm, where you didn't have to try to keep up with what everyone had, like the new iPhone or a new gadget, like a TV that talks to you, or your shoes that tie up their own laces by themselves, Like, why do we have to why do we have that? Like, I don't understand why we gotta have it. And they just push it on us and push it on us and push it on us. Until finally we break and we're like, okay, I got it. And and it's not something that you had to have. It's just, I don't know, man. Just back in the day, you didn't have all these advertisers just knocking on your back door every minute of every day. You didn't have your phone on you all the time. And nowadays people get mad at you because, if you don't respond to a text right away, they think that you're ignoring them. And it's like, damn, dude, I'm not ignoring you. Maybe I just want to step away from my phone. And look, man, I'm an 80s baby. I'm an 80s baby. I played outside all day long until the street lights came on. You didn't have a phone attached to your hip or goggles glued to your face. We played basketball. We played street hockey, and when someone got hit with a stick or a ball, or maybe you scraped your knee on the damn concrete, you never gave up. You just kept playing. Back in the 80s, everyone had a nickname, and you were given that nickname because maybe you said something stupid or you did something stupid, And that's how you got that thing. That's how they gave that to you. We'd make ramps out of old pieces of just old pieces of wood or some paneling or something like that. We'd make that and cinder blocks, for our bikes or skates or anything, something like that. I remember one kid in our neighborhood, this kid named Jay, he was skating down like this hill pretty quickly, and he thought it'd be funny to, as he was going off the ramp, that he was going to pull down his pants and moon us. And next thing you know, as he made that leap to heaven out there, he got his pants down, and then he tried to pull him up midway through his jump, and you know what? He didn't make it. So he slid about 3 feet right on his ass cheeks, right on the concrete. So, but that's just, that's something that, that we did, we did stuff. We went out, he tried to shoot for the moon, and ended up sliding on his ass, but that's because that's what we did as kids, It just felt, I don't know, it just felt like more of a community type of, it just had that community type of feeling, I guess. The neighborhoods were different, Everyone knew each other back then, and and everybody would do things together. They'd have parties together and eat together and picnic together, And now I don't see or feel that sort of thing happening anymore. The togetherness is not there. I don't understand. I guess, I don't know. I understand that we evolve. We have to evolve into something, and that happens every year. We evolve into something new every year. But back then, when you didn't have a phone attached to you, or goggles, a certain ski mask, gorilla taped onto your damn, head, that sort of thing. You didn't have all that stuff. And now it just feels like, I don't know, it just feels like if you don't have those things, then you're getting left behind or something like that. It just feels like, it feels like you're stuck in the past, even after it comes out, like, things come and technology comes so fast, that that you don't even get a chance to enjoy, the new thing when you just got it, even though you just got it 5 minutes ago, it's already out of date. And that's how I feel about these damn VR goggles, man. I feel like my buddy just spent however much money. I don't even know how much they are. And I don't know. I guess I could look it up real quick, new VR goggles. Let's see. New VR, Apple goggles. Let's see. Or headset. I should say headset, right? Oh, price. How about that, huh? Holy God. Really? Apple Vision Pro is Apple's first wearable headset device offering a mixed reality experience. Vision Pro is priced to be starting at $3,500. Dude, $3,500. What? That's insane. Who has $3,500 just floating around? Oh, God, well, I guess if you're going to spend the ticket prices on Taylor Swift that are like $250 or something like that, then I guess you can afford those things. But God, man, I just feel like I'm hating on everything today. And it's not, I don't know. Oh, Punxsutawney Phil, tell me the future. Oh, man. Anyways. Yeah, so I guess, I don't know, things just feel so out of whack nowadays. That's what it feels like. So, but I'm going to get into a little bit of news. Won't take very long, guys. There's a couple things that came out, and I wanted to mention them to you guys. So, Carl Weathers passed away, man. Damn, dude. They said he went peacefully into sleep at the age of 76. And you might know him, man. You might know him from a couple movies. Um, or I say a couple of movies. Shoot, he played some iconic roles in movies, man. And this is when movies were good. He played in Happy Gilmore. He was Apollo Creed in Rocky. He played in Predator. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And this man was I'd say he's a true artist, no doubt. And he was also a professional football player. He played for the Raiders in the 70s. So this man did a couple, he just did some phenomenal things in his life. So R.I.P. Carl Weathers, man. It's too bad that you didn't have a couple years left in you to put out maybe another movie or two and make us really enjoy what you did, So, but shout out to your family and your loved ones. You'll be missed, man. You will. So. And other news, Joe Rogan signed another contract with Spotify. Dude, $250 million. I mean, good for him. Good for him, but let me tell you something. I miss him being on YouTube. I do. And maybe it's because I probably listened to maybe one or maybe 4 episodes on Spotify and it just doesn't have the same. I don't know. I know he's the same dude. He's the same. The money's not going to affect him and how he presents his material. It's always going to be off the cuff. He's going to say what he wants to and all that. But I don't know. Yeah, I talked about the underground music as opposed to the commercial shit. And and he is definitely commercial now, and maybe he has been, he has been forever, I guess. But damn, man, 200, he's moving up into the $1 billion era of things. And damn, 250 million. I don't know for how many years or anything like that, but that's insane, dude. That's just, I just can't believe that. I didn't know Spotify could, I knew that they had money, but I didn't, that's like Netflix money. God, that's just insane. Netflix. But hey, that's all on him, man. That's crazy that they gave him another 50 million, for doing the same thing. I don't know. To me, that's crazy, man. But what else? What else is going on, man? Not much. Not much is going on. Biden won the South Carolina primary, which is, it is what it is. I'm not going to say much about that. That's just, it's pointless to do all that. But yeah, man, not much else is going on. Next week we are probably going to have a guest in here. So that's one reason why I am, that's why we're recording this on Sunday. So I could go meet up with them and see what I could put together. And that'll be something special. So, but yeah, that's what's going on, man. Not much else. Yeah, hopefully we get that guest in. That'll be exciting, dude, because it's kind of tough to come in here by yourself sometimes and just think about, what I'm trying to do is establish what kind of audience this is. Because I still don't know what this is. This is episode fucking 60 something. But I try to present this material every week, and maybe, I could be doing a better job, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, man. But it is what it is, man. But I would like to have some guests in here. I definitely would. So we're going to try to work on that, and we'll see what happens next week. And we got we also got the Super Bowl coming up next Sunday. So I'm sure you guys won't forget about that. But, all right, I'm going to roll. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Be good to yourselves. Stay true to yourselves. And we'll catch you next time. How about that? All right? Be well, everyone. All right?